In order to develop the Angular applications, you must have knowledge in TypeScript. If you have knowledge in other programming languages, but you are new to the TypeScript, you are in the right place. In this section, I will provide the essentials of TypeScript so that you can continue the Angular codes confidently. Exactly in this lecture, let me introduce TypeScript to you. What is TypeScript? TypeScript is a superset of JavaScript which adds the data types, static typing, classes, interfaces, and other concepts to JavaScript. So, before the introduction of TypeScript by Microsoft in 2002, there is already a programming language called JavaScript, mainly used for development of client-side programming that runs on the browser. So, what are the problems in JavaScript? JavaScript doesn't support data types, so there is no type safety. That means the language doesn't show any errors if you assign a wrong type of value into a variable. For example, you have created a variable called age to store the age of the person. But when you assign a string value called hello world into the age variable, it is absolutely legal in JavaScript as the language doesn't imply the data types to the variables. So here is the necessity of introducing the data types to the language to impose type safety. That means the expectation is, while creating the variable, you must be able to specify the data type, indicating what value you want to store inside the particular variable. And when you assign a wrong type of value, it has to show the compile time errors. Another problem of JavaScript is, since JavaScript is extremely dynamic language, one cannot predict what properties and methods are present inside an object because the developer can add or remove the properties and methods anytime in an object. So it makes the entire language entirely unpredictable. So that is the reason the code editors such as Visual Studio Code, Sublime Text, etc. cannot show the exact list of properties and methods of an object while typing the code. To overcome all these problems with JavaScript, TypeScript introduces data types, classes, interfaces, modules, and other miscellaneous features to JavaScript, so that the developer will have server-side programming-like experience in TypeScript. TypeScript cannot run directly in the browser because the browsers are designed to execute JavaScript only. So the TypeScript code will be compiled into JavaScript code by the TypeScript compiler, that is TSC. Then the JavaScript code can be executed anywhere, either in the browser directly or in the server by using NodeJS. NodeJS is a server platform to execute JavaScript outside the browser. In this section, we don't require the knowledge of NodeJS, but we use it to run the compiled code of TypeScript outside the browser.